I told my son that if he changes his last name, then I'm no longer his father. Adam called me last Tuesday night. He asked if I had a minute to talk about something important. I muted the TV and felt my stomach drop because he only uses that tone when something's actually wrong. He started talking about identity and family and what it all meant to him. I was already clenching my jaw because I knew where this was headed. 2 years ago, my ex-wife Tori told me she'd cheated on me when Adam was conceived. I'd been diagnosed infertile years before that, so when she got pregnant 22 years ago, I thought it was a miracle. Turns out she'd been sleeping with some guy Chris from her workplace. The paternity test confirmed Adam wasn't mine biologically. Tori and I divorced 2 months later. Adam met Chris about 6 months after everything came out. He told me he just wanted to meet the guy once out of curiosity. That one meeting turned into weekly coffee. Then Chris started coming to Adam's intramural soccer games. Then suddenly, every time I texted about dinner, Adam was busy helping Chris fix his car or paint his living room or some other thing that used to be what we did together. The kid I raised started treating our relationship like a chore. Our weekly dinners dropped to once a month if I was lucky. When we did meet up, he barely spoke. I'd ask about classes and get one-word answers. He switched his entire major from economics to computer science and didn't mention it to me for almost a year. I found out from a post his mom made on Facebook. I told him multiple times how much it hurt that he was shutting me out. He'd apologize and promise to do better, but nothing ever changed. If anything, the gaps between seeing him got longer. So when he called Tuesday talking about identity and family, I was already furious before he got to the actual point. He said he'd decided to change his last name. I didn't let him finish. I told him, if you're taking Chris's name, then I'm done being your father. 22 years raising you, and you want to erase me like I never mattered. Go ahead, but don't expect me to stick around and watch it happen. He started saying, "Wait, Dad, that's not," but I hung up. I turned my phone off because I couldn't handle whatever excuse he was about to give me. I didn't reach out after that. He'd spent 18 months making it crystal clear he preferred Chris over me. This was just him making it official. 3.5 months went by with zero contact. I figured he'd changed his name to Chris's and moved on with his new family. Then I got a letter from the county clerk's office. I thought it was jury duty and almost threw it away, but something made me open it. It was a copy of Adam's name change application, but the new name wasn't Chris's last name. It was both names hyphenated together. Mine first, then Chris's. There was a sticky note in Adam's handwriting attached to the bottom. "Dad, I tried to tell you I wanted to use both names. You hung up before I could finish explaining. I filed this the week after we talked because I wanted to honor both of you. You're both my father. I thought you would understand that, but you wouldn't let me say it." I sat there staring at that note for probably 20 minutes. My son had been trying to include me, and I'd screamed at him and cut him off because I was so convinced he was replacing me. He wasn't choosing between us. He was choosing both of us, and I'd been too scared and angry to let him explain. I called him immediately. It went straight to voicemail. I called 6 more times that day. Every single one went to voicemail. I texted him a paragraph apologizing. No response. The next morning I drove to his apartment. His roommate Elliot answered the door and told me Adam didn't want to see me. I tried to explain it was all a huge misunderstanding. Elliot just shook his head and said Adam tried to explain it to you on the phone and you hung up on him, so why would he want to hear your explanation now? I left 4 voicemails over the next week apologizing. I sent him the longest text message I've ever written explaining everything. How scared I was of losing him. How I'd misunderstood. How wrong I was. It's been almost 4 months since that phone call. Last Tuesday, Adam finally texted me back. All it said was, "You made it clear that if I changed my name, you didn't want to be my father anymore. I changed my name. I'm just respecting the boundary you set." I tried calling after that text. Voicemail. I tried texting back. Nothing. The name change became official last month. I know because I saw it on his Instagram bio. Adam's new legal name has both our last names hyphenated. Mine comes first alphabetically, which somehow makes it worse. I haven't seen my son in 4 months.